Good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. As always, I hope you're having a fantabulous day. Before we jump into doing anything, we need to talk about something important because it is something new that we're learning about. So we've been learning about those 2D shapes, right? They just have some sides to them, but they're flat. We've been learning about these flat shapes. But now we're learning about 3D shapes. This is where things get super exciting. And we can also call these 3D shapes solid figures. And it has that word there, solid figures. So we can also call them that. I personally like calling them 3D shapes. So the first 3D shape we're going to learn about is a cube. So this is a cube. It's like a square, but it has 6 squares put together. Pretty crazy, huh? So cube, right there. So when you hear cube, think of square. See how it has a square side here? Not outlining it perfect, but it's going to be good enough. See how it's like a square there? And then there's, let me get a different color. And if I use green, you can see like another square here. See, it's a whole bunch of squares put together. And I could use my my blue again and show you another square here. See, every side is a square. So it's a whole bunch of squares put together. This is a cube. Next is a rectangular prism. I know, that's a really fancy, tricky term. Rectangular prism. The important word to pick out right here is the word rectangle. Well, it says rectangular, but if I put like a little L there, rectangle. I mean, the whole beginning sounds like rectangle. They just changed the ending. So, see how it has like a rectangle right here? Oh man, I need a different color. Here we go. See how like this side here is a rectangle? And then it has, so you always see a rectangle in a rectangular prism, but it's more than one rectangle that's kind of put together. So if I use this green, I can show you another rectangle. See up here, you see another rectangle. The only tricky thing about rectangular prisms is that there are squares on them. Okay, well, sometimes it could look like that there is a square. Like, see this front piece right here that I'm tracing out? That's kind of like a square, but we're not going to say this is a cube. This is not a cube. Not a cube. I'm writing it out. Not a cube. It is a rectangular prism. So even if you see one square on it, do not call it a cube because there are still rectangles. See all these rectangles I traced out? That's how you know it is a rectangular prism. And it almost has like the whole word rectangle in it, but they, like I said before, they changed the ending. Try to trick you. The next shape is a sphere. So this guy right here, that's a sphere. Of course, you're probably just thinking, Mr. Montgomery, that's not a sphere, that's a ball. And you're also correct. It is a ball. A sphere is the math word for a ball. So a baseball is a sphere. A kickball is a sphere. All right? So, but we're not done our 3D shapes yet. There's still 2 more shapes we're going to learn about. Okay, so here are our 2 other shapes. So we have a cylinder, which is right there. It is a tube, but it has a flat top right up here, and it also has a flat bottom right there. If you want a good example of a tube, think of a soda can. If you've ever held a soda can, it's like a tube, but it has a flat top and a flat bottom that it can stand on. So they are cylinders. Or even if you had a can of soup is also a cylinder. And you can even draw them. Watch this. Just draw a circle up here. And you draw a circle down here. And you just draw 2 straight lines. And you just made a cylinder. Pretty fancy. I know. Next is a cone. And you might be thinking, but Mr. Montgomery, this is not a cone. This is a triangle. See, it has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. But you're very close, but not quite. See, a cone is a little different because it's a 3D shape. Instead of having a flat bottom, so it has 2 straight lines, right, on the side, 1, 2, but the bottom, it's curved. It's actually a circle. So if I want to draw a cone for you, I would actually make a circle, and then I would take the sides and go to a point. And I just made myself a cone. It looks like a party hat. So a cone is a party hat. So this actually wraps around like a circle all the way around, and it has a flat bottom to stand on. And it goes all the way to a point, like a triangle, but it's not exactly a triangle. All right? So the big difference between a cone and a triangle is that a cone has a round bottom, just like I drew for you guys right here. See that round bottom? There's a circle in there. There's a circle inside of a cone. That's super important for you to know. All right, now that we know our shapes, let's get jumping into our work. Okay, so here they want us to take the shapes you just learned about and find the things that we might see, walking around one day. That is the same shape that we're looking for. So see, like for number 1, they have a rectangular prism. And like I said before, there are rectangles in a rectangular prism. Even if it looks like there's a square on one side, there are still rectangles in it. So it's not a cube. So what things do we see every day that look like a rectangular prism? Well, our books that we use every day are a rectangular prism. That's why they have this circled. And then also a toolbox. Some of us might not see this every day, which is okay, but that is also a rectangular prism. See how they look similar? Well, the toolbox looks the same. The book is tricky because it doesn't quite look like it. But look, see how up here, there's a rectangle up here. And there's a rectangle down here. Oh. So there are rectangles in a book that make that shape. Okay? So don't get thrown off by these little tricks, because like the front looks like a square right here, but there's rectangles elsewhere on the book. All right, so don't let that confuse you. Okay, number 2, we have a sphere. And I think you guys are going to know this one. So real quick, point to the screen, point to the objects for number 2 that are a sphere. We have a basketball, a pail, an eraser, and a tennis ball. Did you pick? Okay, so of course a basketball is a sphere because it's a ball, and we said that a sphere is just like a ball, except the math word is sphere. Is a pail a sphere? No, that's more like a cylinder, so it can't be that. What about an eraser? No, eraser's not it. That's more like a rectangular prism. So it can't be that. What about a tennis ball? Sure thing. So we would also circle tennis ball. That is the same shape as a sphere. Number 3 is a cylinder. Okay, so what items here? We have an apple, a can, a jar of peanut butter, and a football. What item or items, there might be more than one, are a cylinder? Point to them real quick on your screen. All right, did you pick something? I sure hope so. Let's get started. An apple, is that a cylinder? Well, it has a straight line, right, going up here and there. It's kind of round, right? But you know what? This isn't quite cylinder. It's because this whole thing's on an angle. So that can't be it. So an apple is not a cylinder. Close, but not quite. What about a can of, what is that, peaches? A can of peaches? That sure is. It's the same shape as a cylinder. See, they even look the same. What about a jar of peanut butter? Do they have two straight lines? They sure do, because the cylinder has two straight lines, right? And do they have circles on top? Oh man, look at this. It curves around, so you know it's going to make a full circle, just like a cylinder does. So yeah, the jar of peanut butter is a cylinder. And what about a football? Is a football a cylinder? No, that's more like an egg. So football can't be it. All right, let's just try a couple more before we do some together in our workbook. All right, number 4 is a cube. So what items here are the same as a cube? We have a present. It's like a box. We have a wheel. We have a what's that called? A jack? It's not a. It's for the game jacks. I forget what those things are called. And we have an ice cube right there. Hint, hint. The answer is in the name. So real quick, point to what you think is the same shape as a cube. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right. I hope you pick something. Start with the first one. We have a present, and it's a box. And guess what? If we have a box, that's going to be similar shape to a cube. See how there's like, it's hard to see because of color, but there's like a square up here, and then there's a square down here. So we would definitely circle this present. What about this wheel? No, no way, because that's a whole bunch of circles put together. So no, we don't want a wheel. That's not the same as a cube. And this thing that we use for jacks, I don't know if you ever played jacks with the bouncy ball, and you every time you bounce, you try to pick these little guys up. No, this doesn't look like a cube. And what about this ice cube? Huh? Yeah, like I was saying before, the answer is in the name, ice cube, and this is a cube. So we would definitely circle this. And you can see the squares on it. See all those squares that make up a cube. All right, let's go to the next one. We have a cone. Which items here are the same shape as a cone? You have a starfish, a ice cream cone. You have this is like a loudspeaker, and an orange. So real quick, give you 3 seconds. Pick what you think are which items have the same shape as a cone. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Let's see if your answers were correct. A starfish. No, no way. No way the starfish is a cone. What about this ice cream cone? It's the same thing, but guess what? It's just upside down. That's the only difference. Because you see how there is a circle here, and then it goes to the point like a triangle, and so does this cone. So we would absolutely circle this. This is the same thing. And what about this speaker, this loud speaker thing that they use in cheerleading? Is that the same shape? Let's check. It has a circle right here, and it goes down into a point like a triangle. So yeah, there's definitely a cone shape there. So we would circle it. And an orange? Nah, no way. Not even close. Okay, what about a sphere? Which items here are the same as a sphere? Ready? I'll give you 3 seconds to pick your answers. 3, 2, 1. Did you pick something? I sure hope you did. Let's see if you were correct. Ready? We have a tissue box. Is the tissue box the same? No way. There's a whole bunch of straight edges here, and a sphere has no straight edges. We have soccer ball, which is the same thing as a sphere, right? We have a spinning top, and nope, that's not one. And we have a melon, which is round just like a sphere, so we would definitely circle this melon. And that's it. So now let's get your math workbooks out, the black ones with that big blue butterfly on it. And we are going to open to the page that says 15-6 at the very top right corner. All right, and I'm going to get the same page up on the video for you. Okay, see at the top here, it says reteaching. Ooh, that's a bad line. Eesh. Okay, let's try again. We have reteaching at the top, and it says 15-6. So that is the page you want to look for. If you're still looking for that page, pause the video. Okay, just pause the video. Don't worry about it. You can hit play when you're ready. And also, you're going to need quite a few colors. Okay, make sure that you have a red, blue, green, orange, and yellow. You can either use crayons or color pencils. Whatever you have lying around is fine. Or even if you have markers. I don't care if you use markers. Go for it. Go nuts. Have fun, man. That's what I say. Have fun with this. We get to color. That's always a good day in math. All right. So, up top, you'll see right here in this top part here, they're showing us all the shapes we just learned: a sphere, a cone, cylinder, cube, rectangular, prism. So if you ever forget during this practice problem what these shapes look like, look at the top of your paper. Okay? It's there to help you. It's there to help you. All right? So let's go down and see what they want us to do. Let's see what's going on this page. All right, so it says color the spheres red. Say anything that looks like a ball. Color the cones blue. Color the cylinders green. And color the cubes orange. And color the rectangular prisms yellow. So that's a lot. We'll do one part at a time. First, you're going to color the spheres. You know what? I should change that. Color the spheres red. Make sure I use red to highlight it. So anything that looks like a ball, color it red. So I am going to wait a couple seconds for you guys. Look at the shapes on your page. Make sure you have a red crayon or a red color pencil. And I'll give you guys just a couple seconds to quickly color in the spheres red. All right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want, you can just make like little red lines on the shapes that you see. All right? And then later on, if you want, before you send this to your teacher, you can always, take your time coloring if you want. But for now, if you just kind of make a red mark like that on the correct shape, I am totally cool with it because you're showing me that you know your new 3D shapes. All right, if you guys still need some extra time, please pause the video. Or if you're all set because you just made like quick little dash color lines like that, well, then let's get started. Let's go over where these spheres are. Ooh, you know what? This one it's round, right? Is that a sphere? No, it's not, because a sphere is a ball, right? Ooh, this looks like a ball. And that's a sphere. So I would just color this guy in red. All right, see, I'm not coloring in the whole thing. But you see where the sphere is. Do you see another shape like that? We sure do. It's right down here. So we would color this guy in red. All right. So those are the two spheres on this paper, and then that's it. Let's see what the next shape is that they want us to look for. And it says color the cones blue. So make sure you get your blue crayon or colored pencil out. Cones blue. Okay. If you don't remember what a cone is, it's at the top of the page. Page. If I can get my words going. See, this is a cone. Right there. Color it blue. Look for them on your worksheet. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. Remember, you don't have to be a perfect artist for this. Just make like a really quick color line on it. Just psh, psh, and then that's it. All right. If you guys still need some extra time, hit the pause button and then hit play whenever you're done coloring. Otherwise, let's get going to look for these spheres. And, spheres. Oh my goodness. These cones. Mr. Montgomery has to get his words right. I am being such a goofball. So remember, a cone has a circle, and then it goes to a point like a triangle. So let's look for that. We need a circle that goes to the point like a triangle. You know what? This has a circle, and it also goes to a point like a triangle. So I found one cone, and I can just kind of color it in a little bit. Nothing perfect. All right. And this has a circle. Is this a cone? No, that's not a cone because it doesn't go to a point like a triangle does. But this shape has a circle here at the bottom, and it goes to a point like a triangle. So we can color this guy in blue also. Okay, let's see what the next shape is we have to look for. This next one's going to be green. Get your green crayon ready. It says color the cylinders green. Make a little box around the word green. Color the cylinders green. If you don't remember what a cylinder is, look at the top of your paper. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple seconds to look for the cylinders. All right, if you need more time, go ahead, hit that pause button, and then when you're ready, hit play. So a cylinder, remember it has a circle top, it has two straight lines, and a circle bottom that can stand on. That's a cylinder. Kind of like a rolling pin. If you've ever seen mom or dad bake, maybe they're rolling out some cookie dough. It's very similar. So we're looking for this shape. Well, this is a whole bunch of squares, so that can't be it. And you know what? This looks very similar to what I just drew. It has a circle top. It has two straight lines here. And it has like a circle bottom there. We just can't see the other side. So sometimes in your book you'll see like a little dash mark showing that there's supposed to be other lines on the other side. We just can't see them. Can't see through a solid shape. So this is the same. So we would color this in green. All right. Do you see another cylinder? I sure do. There is a circle top here. And there's two very short straight lines and a circle bottom. And so that is definitely a cylinder. We can color this guy in green. Color really quick. All right. We don't have much left. We don't have much left. All right, let's see. Now we need orange. So make sure you get your orange ready. All right, so it says color cubes orange. Orange cubes. So remember what a cube looks like. It's at the top of your paper in case you forgot. Gave you guys just a couple seconds to look for cubes on this page. There's not many shapes left. They should be popping out at you. All right, if you need a couple more seconds, go ahead and hit that pause button again. If not, then let's go look for these cubes. So remember, a cube, I can try to make a cube. Watch this. Make a square. You know what? Let me try again. All right, so you just make a square. And then you kind of put like another square. And watch this. You just kind of connect the corners. And you can make your own cubes. Check that out. So later on, you can try practicing how to draw these shapes yourself. So that's what we're looking for. Looking for this guy. And I see one right here. See a square up top. See a square on the side. There's another square on this side. It's all squares, right? So that's definitely a cube, because a cube is just nothing but a whole bunch of squares put together. So we got to color that in. All right. And what about this one? This looks like it has a square on this side. Is this a cube? No way, because there's rectangles in that. But this one, this has a square here. And it's got a square here. And another square over there. It's all squares. So that's definitely a cube, and we can color this guy in. All right. So I only see one shape left. Let's see what it's going to tell us to do. It says color the rectangular prisms yellow. So go get that yellow crayon out. We got to use it. We got to use yellow. All right. So rectangular prisms. I'm using my yellow also. So I will give you guys a couple seconds to color in the rectangular prisms that you see on this paper. All right, this really shouldn't take you guys too long because there's not really much left. So 3, 2, and 1. If you need some more time, go ahead and pause the video and hit play when you're ready. If not, and you're done, let's get going. Well, we can see that even though this might look like a square here, we see all these rectangles over here, right? Rectangle there, got a rectangle here. It's hard for me to see using yellow. So we see all these rectangles. That is a rectangular prism. So we can go ahead and color this in yellow. All right. And then this one down here, look at this, watch. It's a small rectangle, but it's still a rectangle. And there's another rectangle here. And we have another rectangle here. So this is also another rectangular prism. We can color that in yellow. All right. So now that we did that, that was pretty fun. We can go into your assignment for today. All right, so you're going to turn the page and look at the other side. Okay, so your assignment is the page that says practice at the top, and it's number 15-6. That's the page you need to be on. And again, you need some crayons or colored pencils or markers for your assignment because it says color each solid figure below. So for the rectangular prisms, it says green. Make sure you have a green for that. So these will be green, okay? Color that in. And then the spheres are going to be red. Make sure you have a red. And then the cylinders, they're going to be blue. All right. And the cones here, they're going to be yellow. Get yellow here. Can't really see it. Yellow is such a frustrating color. All right, and you're going to color those in yellow. And all your shapes are right below that you're working with. Okay, so there's a whole bunch right there. So make sure you take your time. Don't rush through it. Make sure you don't get anything mixed up. Okay? Don't get those rectangular prisms mixed up with the cubes. Okay, and then, so that was just the first part with the coloring. And then it says for number 2, oh man, I need to get a different color. There we go. So for number 2 here, it says put an X on each cube. So you're going to go through all these shapes, find the cubes, and put a big old X on them. Use whatever color crayon you want, or you can use a pencil, a marker, pen, whatever. Have fun, guys. Use whatever you want to put that X on the cube. And then at the very bottom, they gave us a fun pattern. I love patterns. It says, which solid figure comes next? So I'm just going to say the pattern. I'm not going to tell the answer. It goes cone, sphere, sphere, cone. Sphere, sphere, cone. Sphere, sphere, question mark. What goes there? Is it going to be a cube, a cone, a sphere, or a cylinder? Pick one of those, okay? And that's it for your assignment today. So when you're done, make sure you send a picture of it to your teacher. If you have questions, send your teacher an email or a message on Class Dojo. And I hope you guys had fun. I will see you guys next time for a new math lesson. Have a great day.